Melville. No, that is not the name of a village that you might think of. Like this one, for example. Ridiculous. But it's actually this guy right here. This guy. This guy. Oh. Yep. Today we're gonna talk about Herman Melville. Yeah, this is boring. Let's skip to the intro. Herman Melville. Let's get started. Alright guys, a beautiful day outside and I just got a haircut. Nice. But let's get started on today's episode of Dark Sean on Herman Melville. So let's get started. This guy is like the man, dude. Like he's in his like there's everything about him is like cool in my case because I was reading his novel Moby-Dick and I was like, why not make a video about him? So let's just get started on his video about him. So let's start with his early days. He was born on August 1st of 1819 in New York City, in New York, which is of the United States of America, or USA. That was how life was, and this is where NYC is and looks like today. I was minus the little flashing lights over there. Yeah, I have very, very bad sound effects in these videos. And all everything I have to make is during recording. Everything that gets put into this video is either made during recording, or if it's a special video, then we put in a little bit of sound effects from an app. But it's not one of those special videos. Dark Sean is not one of those special videos. So we'll have to go from the solo low quality versions. Let's start with his education. Now, here at Dark Sean, we like to talk a lot about what he did and not actually talk about the date. But today we'll probably be talking about dates a lot. Like more than usual at least. This is the Albany Academy. This is where Herman Melville went to study, and this is where he mainly got his education. So now that that's done and that's out of the box, let's talk about his career. Now he had many careers. Wait, before we go back to the notes, let's just talk about how many careers he actually had. He didn't do all of the careers at the same time, of course. But he did have them, and once he got fired from a job or just resigned from a job. So obviously, we'll have to start from what he originally had. He was originally a novelist. And then he was a short story writer. Then he became a teacher. And of course, a sailor, then a lecturer, a poet. Yes, he was a poet. And this may be weird, but he was also a customs inspector. Alright, this is pretty weird already. This is all of his jobs that he did during his life. And the one we most famously know for him to doing is a novelist and of course a short story writer. Yes, he wrote short stories. And that is all I'm going to say right now. Oh, you can't. Alright, so while this thing is getting deleted, let's just talk more about his works, shall we? Now, one thing about his works is that other people, even comics, you might have known about this comic called Bowen, use Moby-Dick, as you can see right here, as a way to actually do a lot of stuff. I mean, this guy is probably a fan of Moby-Dick because he keeps putting it into him. At least Bowen is a fan. And I'll just read you this comic. If you say so, will you read this in Moby-Dick? I want to teach the little guy how to take a nap after lunch. Huh. However, this is usually what happens. Are you sure you want to know? Every time I try to tell people about MOBY-DICK, their eyes glaze over. Try me. Okay, it's about a whaling village, and this guy, Ishmael... See? It's weird. And this is just a work of art. It's not a sleeping aid, guys. Hey, this is a work of art, not a sleeping aid, guys. Weird thing, they even quote it in comics. And also, I'm pretty sure it's pretty boring. Bonk. I don't even want to read the whole thing now. But setting aside the works, let's get on with his actual works. His writing works. His first book was called Tyche, and it was published in 1846. And several books came out, such as Redburn in 1849, White Jacket in 1850, of course MOBY-DICK in 1851. Here's a copy of that book. Pierre in 1852, and of course Billy Budd in 1924. Although he did, it's other stories, so the Penguin Classics had to put it on with other stories too. I'm not even sure what it is about, so I'm pretty sure I probably like reading it. Let's just see how well it goes on if you actually do read it, and would you fall asleep. Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, never mind how long precisely, having little or no money in my purse, and nothing particular to interest me on shore. Wow! Oh, wait, how long has it? Oh, I paused it. Thank God. Thank God I paused it. Wait, it's recording? Oh no. Whoa! Okay, so that proves that reading MOBY-DICK will actually make you fall asleep. Unless you are a 8 or unless you are a 1900s person. Then you might be able to not read it without being sleeping. But setting that all aside, that is basically everything about Herman Melville in a very short episode. Side note, this is his grave. It is his grave for other reasons. Herman Melville died on 1891, September 28th. His wife was Shaw, and they married in 1847. He had 4 children, including one named Malcolm. So that is truly the end of Herman Melville, but not the end like dancing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you guys did enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next episode. Sign out, peace! Drawn in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. Dun 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 dun.